Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Coltrane-less version of the StarMaker Bolin
10,
Show.
10% train.
Well, you know,
10% train.
we told Jason he was going to be one of the top 10% of all co-hosts, and
Less
he thought that
reliable.
meant he only has to be here 10% of the time.
What's one of the most famous trains in the... Hey! For crying out fucking loud! They got heat with me already, and I think you know why.
I do know why.
Oh, good. Doesn't matter.
And
It doesn't matter.
I don't blame you in this case. This is
I'm not happy.
we're in agreement.
Oh, by the way, those things that we're going to talk about in a little bit, they weighed
Yes.
half a pound each. And we've narrowed it down to we think one dog got 4 of them. Because the other dogs ate their dinner. The other dogs ate their dinner, and one dog did not. Didn't want dinner.
No.
Because he had 2 pounds of something in him that he shouldn't have had. Not happy about
We'll go
it.
into that later. As soon as our audience shows up, because there's like just a handful here tonight.
There's not many. Well, you know, we are on earlier and all that
We
shit.
are earlier.
You know.
Well, you know, you'd think if people would hit the notify button, they would get their notifications and they'd see when we're on and they'd drop everything they're doing.
You would think.
Come running.
It's what I'd do. It's what I'd do if somebody cared enough about his fan base to do 8 to 12 live shows a month and la-di-da, la-di-dee, and all that.
La-di-da, la-di-dee, yes.
Yeah. It's a great song, by the way. Yabba-dabba-doo, yabba-dabba-dee. I screwed you, you screwed me.
Yeah.
But no, this is my first ever show in AirPods. So it sounds weird to have you sound that I'm not hearing you through the television or the creative Bluetooth speakers. It sounds weird to just have you right. But then again, I have had the JBL headphones and some various other headphones before, but the AirPods are a whole nother experience. So, and I've never wore AirPods before. This is my first time ever having any Bluetooth in the ear headphone, be it AirPod knockoffs or Samsung or any of that. Any of you are welcome to just say, hey, you know, because this is going to be one of those 30-minute shows if somebody don't speak up.
Exactly. So Kenny, I'm pretty excited because the service that you have had.
Well, don't show everybody.
Nah, not that excited.
Oh.
The service that you have had for some time for Walmart.
Yes. Yes.
I finally have been able to get in this area.
I didn't know that was not available for you. There's the pasta tart in the house. How you doing there, Miss Nicole?
I was quite jealous of your
not
having to tip the employee or the Uber driver or whatever.
Well, you never have to. It's just frowned upon if you don't.
You don't
and of
have
course
to,
they,
but I kind of like...
And, of course, they lay out the 3 options for you, and you get frowned upon if you don't take the higher of the 3 options.
Yeah.
And the default's the middle option. And it ranges like 10, 15, 20. Or so. They suggest a tip for you. They suggest one for you.
Yeah, well, I kind of frown upon getting my stuff in good shape. So
But for $40 more a year,
yeah,
they will bring it in your home and even put it in your refrigerator if you ask them to. The only thing I have them do is if I get a 24 pack of drinks, I have them put 1 or 2 of them in the fridge. Everything else I handle myself.
Yeah, we typically, in the past, we've had them just drop it off at the porch, and then we haul it in, put it on the kitchen counters, put everything away. If they'll come in and drop it on the kitchen counter, I'm good, man.
Oh, yeah. Have you used that service as of yet?
No, tomorrow is my first delivery.
Tomorrow's your first day? Yeah, but just tell them, hey, just put it on the counter, and if you got anything heavy you don't want to fuck with, like a 24 pack of drinks or something, they'll put it in the fridge for you. They'll put everything in the fridge for you if you want them to, but I don't put them too bad. Not even I am that big of a dick. Yeah, because the canned foods, you know, they're right there where they drop them off at. They can very easily put them in there for me, but I don't have them do that because I just sit on my stool and I got a rotating stool in the kitchen and I just handle everything from there. But the savings though, because I order my groceries every 2 weeks, and the minimal tip is $10. Sometimes it's 15. You know, if they're bringing me 50 pounds of dog food and 2 24-pack drinks, and they're driving their own car, spending their own gas, and they're kind of reliant on those tips. But when the in-home service comes, they have an electric vehicle, so they're not using their own gas, and they get paid $22 an hour to bring them to us, which in Louisville, that's decent money. I don't know about Texas. Money. I don't know what your all's economy is there. So
that's a decent job.
And I think one time I tipped them anyway because they had to make like 8 trips, and I was like, shit, all right. Due to dog food, soft drinks, and it was a girl by herself. And I don't see her so much anymore. I got 2 guys I mainly see these days. But this time, instead of bringing me 6 containers of cottage cheese, they brought me 2 containers of cottage cheese and 5 containers of sour cream. So I called Walmart distribution and said, I know the sour cream in the container looks a lot like cottage cheese, and people going, God, this is good information to have right here. I am so glad I have tuned into the bowling alley to know more about Walmart in-home delivery and if they fuck up your cottage cheese with sour cream. So I now got 5 containers of sour cream. I gave my son one because he's making banana bread and needs it for that. I kept one because for the first time in God knows when, I ordered potatoes, and sour cream on a baked potato is always very good, or a burrito if you happen to have a burrito in the house. And so I kept one, and now I'm looking for 3 or 4 neighbors that I can just give a sealed container of sour cream to, but I'm not catching them going by my window in time. But sour cream, if you don't open it, will keep till the next presidential administration.
Go to the neighbor that kept stealing your parking place and go, I've decided to put it all
one of them moved to Virginia, and then the mailman's the other one, and I haven't seen the mailman yet. The mailman was up. The mailman gets up and goes to a sports bar here every Sunday or whatever day the Lions are on. Him, his wife, his father, and maybe 1 or 2 others all get up, dressed in their Lions gear like marks. You never see me wearing the Dolphin gear, and except for the days that I do. And but they all get dressed up in their gear, and they got every right to be happy about the Lions. They're from the Detroit area, and they walk to a sports bar around here somewhere. Well, I noticed this Sunday I was up at 7 in the morning, and so were they. Father shows up. He goes upstairs, knocks on the door. They come back down. They got 4 or 5 of them out there all in their Lions gear. I'm going, they must be going to a sports bar to watch this fucking game in Germany or something. Well, they're done with the German games. All that shit's over. So I'm going, no, it's at 1 o'clock. What the fuck are they doing? And then I realized the Lions are playing the Colts. They left here at 7 in the morning to drive to Indianapolis to see the Lions play the Colts. So I haven't got to talk to them to see what kind of tickets they got. Billy Sellers said, hey, Billy, I get paid tomorrow because I'm on the Charlie account. So I get my check tomorrow. So, Billy, you might, if you're 62 or over, I forget how old you are, Billy. But if you're 62, I'm trying to motivate my ignorant ass, racist ass, homophobic, womanizing shitbag brother,
might get paid
the Timmy
tomorrow.
of John. What's that?
I actually might get paid tomorrow because I usually get paid the last
day before Thanksgiving
day of the month.
Yeah.
And since
Billy, you're not 30th. Eligible. Billy's not eligible for Charlie. So sorry, Billy.
Yeah, I might get paid tomorrow. That'd be nice.
You'll get paid, but then again, with it being with December 2nd is Monday, right?
Yes.
So yeah, those that get their checks on the 1st will be getting their checks early, be it Social Security or what have you. But I got my check, my disability segment of my check, 9 days early. Because Charlie gets it to you 3 to 5 days early, and then it was coming early anyway because of the holiday structure. And but the disability is the one that normally comes on the 1st, and then the bigger check of Social Security comes on the 3rd. Well, now I get my Social Security check tomorrow, so even that's 6 days early. So what do you do? Because they can't send it to you Thanksgiving or Black Friday or Saturday or Sunday.
Well, I mean, you could send it on Friday from a government perspective because the banks are all open. But my company's closed on Friday, and they typily don't wait till then. So I may get a paycheck tomorrow.
So the people we're trying to help the people we're trying to help tonight, we have little Ruby May turning 15, who just wants spaghetti and chicken and maybe a small cake, she said, for her birthday. And it's probably between $20 and $30 if we could give her family, because it's not only her, the family gets to benefit, a few kids in the neighborhood, everybody gets to benefit from it. So that's what we're working on for Ruby May. Eunice was celebrating her birthday, her 18th birthday, and it's a real big deal to her and her mother. And they have another person that normally helps them, but I heard he's got a GoFundMe account, but we can't talk about that here because I don't want to promote any potential bullshit going on. So as I strictly laid down the rules not long ago, we're not going to talk about that shit here. And then somebody texted me, says, Kenny, you brought it up. I said, but I didn't bring up a name. He said, but this guy said, but you said we weren't going to talk about it at all. I was all right. So you fucking got me. All right. Yeah. Well, that's what I said. You're going to hold me. You're going to hold me to what I said. Stop
technicalities,
it. Technicalities. By the way, Kirk Herbstreit now uses the phrase, and I brought it up on the last show. My, what is it I say? My reverse psychology pick. You can't tell me, find me a clip of anybody, because I've been doing that for 3 or 4 years now. If anybody out there can find me a clip of any known sports guy that said that was my reverse psychology, because I made that shit up, never dreaming anybody famous would ever use it other than me. See how I did? See what I did there? Mm-hmm. If anybody can find me a clip, if anybody ever fucking said that before me, like X-Pac Heat, and you won't find anybody that said X-Pac Heat before me on the bowling alley. And you won't find anybody that said reverse psychology pick. But Kirk Herbstreit did, a Louisville boy originally. He's now moved to the Cincinnati, and we're both big Reds fans. But he posed for a picture with Bob's governor, and that made me mad. Because I wouldn't pose for a picture with Bob's governor. And I don't think Bob would pose for a picture with Bob's governor.
Well, I mean, if I was rolling him down into the lake or something, that might be.
Well, I would accept that photograph. Because he said rolling him because Bob's governor is in a wheelchair.
Right.
Which proves that
I'd have to be assisting him, because
now he hasn't always been in a wheelchair. What did he do to get in a wheelchair? What did he do?
Like a tree fell on him or something like that, if I remember right. He was in some kind of accident.
Talk about God's will. I can be a believer by the end of the show. A tree fell on him? Yeah. Well, I better do this in case a bus hits me today. No, a tree fell on him. A tree. The picks, once again, I am trying to set a record for picking the most wrong teams in an NFL set, and I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Looks like we lost eight or nine viewers for some reason. They didn't want to hear about the governor of Texas. I don't know. Didn't want to hear about Walmart home delivery. What the hell?
Could be.
Trying to educate you here.
Maybe they're waiting for us to give out the college football rankings, which I'm not.
I haven't even seen them, so this is all going to be a surprise to me because I went and watched.
I'm still looking.
I went and watched Raw. I went and watched Raw like a fucking idiot.
That was a great show.
The show was on its own. It was or was not.
Raw was not a great show. It was
not
okay.
From what I saw. Not from what I saw. I just got to the Bianca match.
Okay, but
yeah, I had to skim through it in a hurry. I only had like 40 minutes to watch the 1 hour and 20 minutes that actually aired without commercials. And I love how when they get out of the car and they all get filmed coming into the building, everyone had their belts over their shoulders. Like they just get out of the car
carrying the belts around.
Carrying their belts. And they all three in Judgment Day or whoever they call themselves. Kenny Long, where the hell you been? Haven't seen you in forever. Which means we haven't seen a donation forever, which means you're a freeloader because you're over on Facebook, Kenny. What am I going to do? Your name, you were fortunate enough to be named Kenny. You're not on YouTube. You don't have a badge, and you don't make donations. What am I going to do with you, Kenny?
Name like Kenny.
In the spirit of Thanksgiving, in the spirit of love, in the spirit of decency and kindness and help. So Eunice, we'd like to do a little help for her birthday, for Ruby May, and then poor Vanessa, what the neighbors have pulled on her. And you saw the extenuating circumstances out of that I sent you today. So she has no internet. She's having to rustle up money just to try to get job applications out by the day. Eunice's mother, I did help with some to get her credentials, I guess they call it, together. She has the potential that looks fairly promising of her getting a 30,000 peso job, and we're hoping she gets it. She said it looked pretty good.
Yeah, that would certainly make
Kenny, you've been in witless deception is what you've been in. Not witness protection. You've been in witless deception.
You have to see something first to be in witness protection.
Yeah. You got to see something, and you ain't been seeing anything or doing anything. So come on, Kenny. Come on, Kenny. Are the Facebookers on 11-second delay? I don't guess they are.
There's some delay. I don't know how long it is.
I don't know how long it affects them. So, yeah.
We actually have we have almost half as many people watching on Facebook as we do on YouTube, which is unusual.
That is weird. Unless people are just having trouble adjusting to the new time. I mean, I thought I was doing everybody a favor by going on an hour early. Well, you're on too late. I'm sleepy. Nicole's in here, but Nicole, normally goes to bed early. And
Nicole is the best viewer we have. She's the most consistent, and she donates solidly. And we're gonna, if Nicole doesn't have a boss card, then I'm gonna make one.
I guess we better get her one. I guess we better get her one
because she is the bossest of the bosses.
And kind of weird doing the show on AirPods. I've never liked how AirPods look, and I'll be honest with you. When I watch all the CNN and MSNBC and the Fox Entertainment interviews, I never like how the earpods sound compared to those that use like a podcast style microphone. But I guess everybody that does bits on those news stations does not equip themselves to do it that way. Neither does Mooch. Mooch does a podcast, but if he's on CNN and he's zooming in, then he's normally either got headphones or something on. Watched a little Pat McAfee today. Watched some scenarios. They say there's a chance that if a couple of things go right this week, that Alabama with 3 losses could be in the playoffs.
I hope not.
And that if Indiana slips up against Purdue, they're definitely out.
Yeah.
So do you have? It's well after 8:00. The top 25 should be out.
Yeah,
ESPN.
I'm still refreshing the screen, and it is not.
You're kidding me.
Let me try a different college football schedule.
Yeah, I forgot to watch
college football playoff rankings. NCAA. Don't show me the AP. College football playoffs.
Yeah, we've already seen the 8. Well, I have.
Predicting. I'm seeing lots of predictions.
I mean, they just fucking released
All right, November 20th. That's last week.
No, we don't want that one. It's 26.
Come on, people. collegefootballplayoffs.com. Come on,
I guess
people.
I got to go to ESPN and find the goddamn thing.
Come on. What is wrong with you?
Kind of the whole point of this show.
Exactly. We're here to talk about this, the rankings, and you guys are just letting us down. Man, you're letting us down. College football playoffs. Yeah. They announced the musical talent lineup for the playoff playlist live and the Capital One stage all-state tailgate. I don't care.
Oh, it's still on. Oh, apparently they put it on at 8:00 tonight.
Oh.
For basketball, I'll be watching.
Oh, I guess because of the tournament going on. You know what? The college show hasn't started yet because the Maui Invitational is still going.
Oh, geez.
Memphis is going to be undefeated, it looks like. They're playing Michigan State. So the show hasn't even started yet because of the Maui Invitational. So that's why that's weird.
To delay it.
Because normally it's on at 7:00. And MCBB Top 25, that's basketball. Okay. So, but yeah, it is. Did this thing go overtime? No, it didn't go overtime. How the fuck did it go? But yeah, it was supposed to come on at 8:00, and we're 8:16 now. And then they have Kansas versus Duke after that. My Invitational, Auburn versus North Carolina. Okay. Well, did they kick it over to the Deuce? Did the Deuce cover it at 7?
8
no,
p.m. Eastern. They're going to release them at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Okay. Well, no, they're not. It's
That's what they say. Release 8 p.m. Eastern time, ESPN.
Well, it's already 8:17 Eastern,
I know.
And the game went overtime. The whole story with Anderson Cooper. We could watch the whole story with Anderson Cooper. We could do that.
We could. All right. So I'm picking. I sent my guesses at the ratings, and but it's really funny because the rankings don't really matter so much as the seedings for the playoffs themselves, because like right now Ohio State is number 2 and they're not even going to get a bye.
Are they going to play in the Big Ten championship game?
I think they play Michigan next week, and then then they'll play the Big Ten champion. This upcoming week is Michigan.
I wouldn't bet the farm that they get by Michigan. You know how Michigan gets up for Ohio State.
Yeah.
And but then again, they didn't get up so well for Indiana.
So I don't know who would be. Let me look at this NCAA football standings.
And then Miami is probably looking at a 7 or an 8 seed. And
Oregon's in the Big Ten. That's why.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
That's why I forget that. That just doesn't feel right.
It don't feel right. It absolutely does not.
So that's why they're currently.
I wonder why I'm getting fucked with so bad on views, because 5,000 subscribers on YouTube, 12,000 followers on Twitter, even though I didn't post it on Twitter tonight, 12,000 friends and followers on Facebook, and we got 20 people. It used to not be that way. My waitress used the phrase "used to not," and I just fell in love with her. Her name was Bree. And she said, well, I used to not do that. And I said, what about used to could? And I told her, I said, we actually talked about those two phrases on my show just a couple of days ago. A shout out to our sweet waitresses, Bree, lovely young lady that told me how much work goes into maintaining her bangs. And then Sadie, our regular waitress. Corby was our waitress the week before, and we did not see much of her. And I did not see Deja from Asia, not from Asia. She apparently got sent home early because they didn't have enough work for her. We actually ate over into the sports bar section of it yesterday. So shout out to our good friends over there at Bubba's Burgers in Jeffersonville, Indiana. I had to cross state lines to get that burger. And they always make me an extra one when I go over to bring home. And I've got that in the refrigerator, and I may have that tomorrow. Because tonight I wasn't starving. So for lunch, I had the half hamburger that I brought home with me. And for dinner, I had 2 White Castles with a little melted cheese and pepperoni slices on top. I got some frozen ones from Walmart, home delivery. I think we've mentioned them before on here.
We did mention that before.
And you want to talk about just an easy lunch, or if you just want when you've had weight loss surgery, even though to look at me, you'd never know. You don't eat as much. So 2 of those White Castles is a pretty good meal for me. And another thing they got is those State Fair corn dogs, 16 in a box. That's 8 meals for about $15, $14. Yeah. The White Castles are $15 for a box of 16. There's 8 meals there. So there's 16 meals for $30. Don't tell me you can't eat cheap, folks. Don't tell me you can't eat cheap. Eggs are $4 a dozen. Well, don't buy eggs. Eggs have been up and down. Eggs were up to 4. They went down to under 2. So I bought some more eggs. And then I looked this week and they're $3.92. I don't know why they're going up and down, but when they're $3.92, I don't buy eggs. You know why? I don't have to have a goddamn egg.
No, you don't have to.
We can't buy eggs and milk. Well, don't. Get something else.
In that case, don't get them.
Drink Jell-O. Drink filtered water. Whatever. So I don't know if they're going to throw up all of those picks right off the bat or not. Are they still fucking playing? Well, they're dragging out this last fucking 20 seconds here. Jesus Christ. Oh, boy. Well, what were the results in the NFL and the college picks from last week?
Why, there was some outstanding results. We didn't have any of them. In the college ranks, I was a stellar 7-13. Blown away by Kenny, who was 8-12.
Oh, God.
And then Mr. No-Show was 12-18.
Well, he was 12-18?
Yeah, he had a good week in the college.
That's not a good week.
That's an okay.
He was 12-8, I guess.
12.
You said he was.
Sorry,
you said he was 12-8.
Well, he got a 10-point penalty, 10-loss penalty for not showing up.
For not showing up.
Exactly.
Probably changing his picks after the fact.
Changing his picks as he goes, right? Yeah. In the NFL,
but everybody knows that I knew Miami was going to beat New England.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I should start getting credit for my reverse psychology, because we all know why I'm doing it.
Exactly.
If Kirk Herbstreit wants credit for his reverse psychology picks that he stole from me until someone can prove otherwise, I think I should start getting credit for my reverse. That's how many wins we got? 6? No, we ain't up that high yet. We're working on it. I think we got 5.
I think Miami's got 5 now.
We're only a game out of a playoff spot, thanks to
I think
the
Buffalo
Louisville
can
Lamar
clinch
Jackson
with a win this week. They clinched the division.
Buffalo should have clinched about a month ago.
It's insane, but
it is.
Yeah. So in the NFL, you were 5-8.
So technically 6 and 7. Technically 6 and 7 is what you're telling me.
Technically, yeah. Jason was 6 and 7, and then I led the league with a blazing 7 and 6.
7 and 6.
So for the year, I am 12 games over 500.
Yeah.
You are.
I'm not.
Actually 12 games under 500.
Ew, that's a big difference.
Jason is 10 games over 500 with the few picks that he bought.
Well, you all weren't going to play ball with me anymore if I lit you all up for a 4th year. I mean, I had to do this.
Yeah, kind
of. And I finally watched all of The Apprentice. Wow.
Oh, the movie? Oh, I haven't seen it yet. So
wow, I encourage you to watch it. Man, it actually shows where he raped his first wife. It shows it and why it happened, because she called him fat and orange. And nobody likes you. So he raped her. He raped her, but it did not show where she filed rape charges against him, because that was in all the papers where she filed marital rape charges against him. And then apparently paid her off. And then if you watch this movie, you'll see where he had to pay her to marry him, because she was in love with somebody else that had money. But he wanted her. And then they get into an argument on the street in front of a taxi cab. And he agrees to an amount of money to pay her. And their negotiation on the street, yelling at each other. They're 2 days away from getting married. And then she decides she's not going to, because she read the prenup that Roy Cohn drew up and wanted her to give back any gifts that Donald gave her. If they broke up, all the gifts come back.
nice.
I thought I was a tight bastard and an asshole, but no, Roy drew that up. So she takes off the ring, throws it at him, and storms out. And there's actually a few things about him that I did not know that were in the movie. But yeah, so it shows him raping her. I said, oh, here we go. Here comes the fucking marital rape charges. And it's towards the end of the movie. And then they don't even mention that part. And the movie's called The Apprentice, but it has nothing to do with the TV show The Apprentice. This ends long before then. This is basically builds to the time of when he's trying to build Trump Tower. And it comes down to everybody that he fucking owes money to. And then Roy Cohn gets AIDS and he's denying it. He claims he's got pancreatic cancer or something, or liver cancer. And because that was back when you just could not admit you had AIDS.
No, that was.
Oh my God. But the guy that plays Roy Cohn is good. But I'd actually encourage people to watch it, and it will show you between Fred Trump and how Donald treated his brother, who was kind of down and out and struggling. Oh, and Trump, this is something I didn't know. Trump had liposuction. They show the liposuction on the show. I can't believe Trump agreed to do that, knowing what you got to go through. I've seen video of liposuction before. I didn't want no part of it. Yeah. But he did it because he was getting fat and he couldn't understand why, because he got addicted to diet pills. And they said that's why he never sleeps, is that it's an amphetamine, and he just keeps taking more and more. Right. So there's a scene in the movie where he's trying to talk the doctors into more amphetamine, more diet pills, and he says, I think I need more. I'm not losing any weight. He said, yeah, but you're always awake. He said, well, that's the part I like. He said, I can't make deals if I'm not awake. Yeah, but you're not coherent, and you're not making good deals. You owe everybody money. Quit making deals.
Yeah, like he was ever making good deals before. But.
Yeah, and you're on, what you're on. He's, oh, I thought these were like vitamins. No, this is a drug. You're on speed. You're on speed. No, he says this in the movie. I thought they were like vitamins. I'm so smart. Speed is like vitamins.
Stable genius.
But they said that's why his sleep is so fucked up. Now, I've never done speed. My sleep's fucked up too, so I guess I have different reasons. Maybe because I like television. I don't know. But he got hooked on fucking diet pills. And, and they showed where he was fucked up over losing his hair. So they cut out a piece of his scalp and just throw it in a dish and then stitch his head back together to make the bald spot go away. And as you can tell, that didn't pan out real good either. Yeah. So it is, man, shit that I would not think. I mean, I would just deal with it rather. Oh, okay, we're going to cut a big sliver out of the center of your head, and we're going to squinch your skin up and make it look like you're not bald no more. You know what? I think I'm all right.
I'll wear a hat.
I think, yeah. Well, he does. He's got that MAGA hat he wears, but there wasn't. Yeah, we did not. This gets nowhere near the MAGA shit, or even him being elected president. Just him saying that one day he'd be a good one. But politicians are all crooks and horrible people. I don't want to be one of those. I don't want to be one of those, and then he becomes one of those. So I got a feeling we don't have any donations at all. I just have that feeling. I'm about to look. God damn. iPhone running a little slow tonight. Then again, it is an iPhone 10. Lots of Filipinos asking for help. Lots of Filipinos that apparently aren't going to get any.
Daddy Kenny. I just need.
No, these are actually new people that keep writing me that I can't even take care of the ones that are our regulars.
Yeah.
And but yeah, so Vanessa's neighbors thought it would be a great idea if they charged her 1,500 pesos for the 2,000 pesos internet. She refused to pay the extra 500 because she had agreed to pay 1,000. She went halves with them on their internet. They tried to hold her ransom for 500 more pesos because of a connection fee every month.
Shit.
They wanted a 500, so they were going to pay 500, less than that, and she was going to pay 1,500. And so they've been pressuring her for several days to pay the extra 500. She says, I'm not going to do that. And they said, well, we're going to disconnect you. She said, well, disconnect me, but you already screwed me out of a week's worth of internet. Now they're screwing her out of another week. So I do wish me and my son.
And by the way, now you're not going to get any of the 1,500.
Well, and that's what I told her to explain them, because they got it disconnected for non-payment last week. Well, if you can't pay half of it, how the fuck are you going to pay all of it? So I told her, I said, well, they fuck themselves. I said, if they come over there asking you for a connection, oh, yeah, it's a 500 peso connection fee, and you pay 1,500 pesos in advance.
Yeah.
I'll do you. I'll do you the same thing you did me, but you will pay in advance because they made her pay in advance. So we would like to try to help Vanessa for roughly 1,500 pesos. We'll get her internet hooked up, installed, 50 megabytes, which I'd like for her to have 100, but that's about 40 a month, 38 a month. This is a little cheaper, so let's get the ball rolling and get her hooked up so she can do her work and apply for her jobs and do her printing business. And about $30 or so would do that for her. And then we got, the situations for Eunice and Ruby May, which it's going to feed quite a few people. It's not like one kid benefits from this and no one else gets anything. Right. So let's see if we can do a little something for them. Somebody else had a birthday November 22nd, but I forgot who it was, and they didn't remind me. Eunice says, always take care going to school. And here we go.
It was Dutch. That's who it was.
Wouldn't doubt it. I'm trying to see if we've got any donations, but I'm pretty damn sure we don't. Oh, this ain't looking good. This ain't looking good. Not a one.
Guys. This
not a one.
As we said last week, Kenny and I can talk on the phone anytime we want to, and not, if it's going to be him and me and Jason taking care of everybody anyway, well, screw you. Why are we coming on wasting our time doing this?
Yeah.
I don't want to sound, just hateful, but
Eunice, honey, Eunice, honey, I've announced your birthday, and as you see, no one has cared so far. And your other friend that used to help you said he had no money for your birthday, and poor Ruby May and poor Vanessa, I guess. So we will hang 5 more minutes. See if anybody does anything. Oh boy. And then if that don't work, I'll be back here Thursday or Friday like a fool and try it again. But no, we do not have one donation.
Yeah, I mean, we'd have been screwed last week, except for Robert Palmer and good.
Yeah,
Chris
Robert Palmer and Robert Palmer, Michigan Mike, and
good Chris.
I am practicing songs for everyone in the show. Well, yeah, honey, ain't looking like that's going to help because we've told him what we're trying to do. Now, Billy Sellers will be of some help to us in a few days. We're going to need it. Yeah, Billy will help us in a few days. And
she's writing a new song called "Hey Cheapskates, Why Are You Sitting on Your Cash?"
Yeah, I think the tea maker has some shit going on right now. It might be a little while before he's able to donate.
There are some folks that are legitimately going through some struggles, and that's okay. We understand that, but not everybody here is going through unemployment and medical bills and whatever, and
right.
I guess college football people don't want us to see the standings either because they're still.
We don't have them yet?
No rankings.
Let me see if they've actually got to the show yet or not. They are really dragging out this Maui fucking invitational.
God, like, who cares?
No one ever. Oh, here we go. What we got? I mean, I hate to risk any problems, but yeah. Well, Jesus Christ. Turn the fucking volume down, if nothing else. Maybe I can see. Anytime, you motherfuckers.
That's a public domain song, by the way, people. You can't hit us for that. Bastards.
God, well, they're dragging it out. Oh, they're counting down. Okay, so all right, let me pause it here. Okay, number 25, Colorado. Number 24, Kansas State. Number 23, Illinois. Colorado, wow. Number 23, Illinois. 22, UNLV. Number 21, Missouri. Kansas State up 2. Colorado down 9. Wow. No playoffs for you. UNLV up 2. Missouri up 2. Holy shit.
They might still win the Big 12.
It's a possibility. All right. Well, that went way further ahead than I wanted it to.
Yeah, I had Colorado going down 5, but wow, all the way to number 5. That's a shock.
All right, hang on here. I'm trying to get the next 5 loaded. God damn, they ain't making it easy on me. Okay, at number 20, Texas A&M down 5. Number 19, BYU down 5. Number 18, Iowa State up 4. Number 17, Tulane up 3. Now, this is the next 4 in. If 4 people drop out, some of these 4 could rise in. Arizona State Sun Devils up 5 spots to number 16. All right. Get that next batch going.
Like Army dropped out of the top 25 altogether then.
Okay. Hang on, trying to get the next batch of 5 in. Okay, at number 15, South Kakalaki up 3. At number 14, Ole Miss down 5 at number 14, but they're on the they got them positioned to where if shit happens, they can slide in. Number 13, down 6 spots, Alabama. Number 12 and into playoffs, Clemson up 5 spots. Did we get an 11 in here? Did we get an 11? Anytime the fucking day, guys. Anytime the fucking day.
Too much. My picks were pretty close.
I didn't bother. Can we see the 11th fucking team? God damn. This ain't getting us any donations. Jamby, damn it's in here watching. Boise State, number 11, up 1 spot. All right, let's get to the next batch of 5. God damn, my Hurricanes are going to be higher than I predict.
Indiana or SMU would be my guess.
I actually had Miami at either 8 or 7. They got 1 spot higher than I thought. Indiana, number 10, down 5 spots. SMU, 9th, up 4 spots. And they actually beat Miami. No, they haven't beat Miami. They didn't play them. They beat Louisville. Number 8, Tennessee, up 3 spots. They were 11, now 8th. Georgia, number 7, up 3 spots. Number 6, the Miami Hurricanes, up 2 spots. They actually went a little higher than I thought. I thought 7. I did not think they would put Miami over Georgia. I really did not. Now for the final 5. Let's get to those.
So my big question is, did Notre Dame jump Penn State since Penn State only had that?
Well, here we go. Well, we were about to find out, but
so my top, my 5.
Well, hang on. Hang on. I'm getting ready to give them. Number 5, Notre Dame. Number 4, Penn State. Number 3, Texas, which I did not think they would move. Notre Dame was up 1 spot. I don't think Penn State should be 4th, but there they are.
Ohio State.
Ohio State, number 2. Oregon, number 1. Texas, 3. Penn State, 4. Notre Dame, 5.
Right. So I had Penn State. Oh, sorry, I had Notre Dame passing Penn State because Penn State only won by 1 versus Minnesota, and Notre Dame had
that was pretty pathetic. And
then I had Indiana falling to 9, and SMU.
They are not penalizing people for close calls.
No, they are not. So what was the 21 through 25 again? I didn't get that.
Let me back it up.
Colorado was 25. I got that part.
Colorado was 25. You said you need how far do you want me to go back?
21 through 24.
All right. 25 Colorado, 24 Kansas State, 23 Illinois, 22 UNLV, 21 Missouri, 20 Texas A&M, 19 BYU, 18 Iowa State, 17 Tulane, Arizona State at 16. Once you hit 16 through 13, those are the first 4 in.
Right.
First 4, those are first 4 out.
Those on the bubble teams.
On the bubbles. So if shit happens a certain way,
well, and it certainly could. I mean,
and
so there you say.
So we had to get the picks the hard way this week.
We did. But let me see here. Let me pop this over to here. And so Oregon hosts Washington.
Nope,
Ohio State and Michigan. Texas is at Texas A&M. Penn State hosts Maryland. Indiana and Purdue. Notre Dame at USC. Alabama hosts Auburn. Miami at Syracuse. Ole Miss at Mississippi State. Georgia at Georgia Tech. Tennessee at Vanderbilt. So there's the only close game there. That's under 11.5. Well, Notre Dame at USC is a 7.5 point game. Texas at Texas A&M is a 5.5 point game.
Eunice, honey, I'm sorry, but out of the 20 some odd people that are watching the show, we don't have one donation. I mean, if you haven't, I thought you were at school today. So if you're home and if you want to pop in for a few minutes and sing a song or two, I'm sure we can do that. But let me know if you're ready to go and if you have an internet connection. And, but no, out of the 20, so the amazing thing is that this show is advertised to almost 30,000 people and 20 people are watching. So I don't know. What have I said? What have I done? Apparently something real bad.
You guys want us to just talk nothing but wrestling? That's boring, but we could do that.
Seems to be that way. Well, there's always somebody that's never happy, no matter what you do or what you talk about.
The really bad thing about all this is that we have asked people, hey, what do you want us to talk about? What do you want us to do? And we get nothing. We get no feedback, so it's like, well, guys, if you want us to do
if you're not going to interact. But there's Jambi. She sent some new pictures of herself. Jambi's a pretty little lady herself.
New, not nude, folks.
New. Yeah, they were new. They were new. As in, never mind. I won't even go there. So yeah, the only one talking is Eunice. She's wanting to play on her show. But really, out of I know it's only 20 of you, but out of 20 of you, 3 of you are Filipino. Out of the 17 of you watching, none of you have $5, $10. All right. Okie doke.
All right, we'll be back probably Thursday. Well, Thursday's Thanksgiving Day, and there's too many games on. We'll be back Friday.
Friday after 10 o'clock, we gave it 40 minutes, and no one did shit. So until Friday night after 10 o'clock, Eunice, if you want to come on and play Friday, you can do that. There ain't no sense doing it tonight because it ain't doing any good. So
nobody here to listen,
until Friday night at 10 o'clock, we'll see you then. We say good day.